So let's talk a minute about some places where diversity of thought, really different ideas have helped in a classroom.
For me, last year we had some very different students in our classroom. We had some challenging students, and we needed every resource we could get to try and help these students. And sometimes everything I had to offer didn't work. So I needed other thoughts and ideas, and we needed to try lots of different ways to reach these children.
Okay.
And I can add, I was about to talk about this. I've watched a lot of rigidity, you know, when it comes to disciplining child, to bringing the issue to the parents, you know. It's hard for the team still, you know. One of the things that our teams have to focus on, really diversity of ideas, diversity of thoughts, how to help the child, you know, because you have to again, look at the root. What is the goal? To help the child. Don't think about your feelings or your ideas. What is the best for the child?
Where has diversity of thought really paid off in your room?
When it's time to evaluate and look at new teachers that are coming in.
Oh, yeah. It's very valuable. I was going to use that one too.
Do you
The
see
more diverse ideas you have, the better hiring decisions we make, don't we? And you have to, what I've learned is I can't care who we hire. Right, and by that I mean, if you have to because otherwise you're not listening to the idea. I mean, I care,
Others,
I don't
yeah.
care that the people I like are hired is a better way to say it,
Yeah.
right? I care deeply about who we hire, but if you become emotionally committed to someone, you can't listen to the other people's ideas because you're rationalizing away what they're saying, right?
But you're good in that because you say, guys, let's talk about her because I like her so much that I want to hear what you all think of her.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
You're really good
If
at
I
that.
like her, that's almost not good for her.
Not true.
Yeah,
Not
not
true, but
always.
yeah.
Yeah. No.
I'm not very objective, right, guys?
Yeah.
Because that's what it is.
But it's so important.
Allison, where have you seen diversity of thought in the work you do?
In the work that I do. Well, it's around hiring. For me, it's been in the classrooms that I've worked with. It's been around acceptance of each other and the roles that they play in the classroom. It's been really interesting because we've had teachers that have had really toxic behaviors, and we've had some teachers that have tried to point that out and tried to help them. In that process, they've become shut down, and we've had to call people in and get help. And then in other classrooms, diversity of thought is where instead of having the negative, they opened up their minds. They allowed in more ideas and more acceptance to work through those. Like we had in our level 1 classrooms, we had some toxic behaviors going on, and instead of shutting down, they really opened up their minds and tried to find different ways to pull this person back in, and it helped them bloom. They just grew. They grew as a team because of it, and that was huge, because it wasn't just one person going, okay, we're going to do this, and this is what I say, and this is what we're going to do. They all had to collectively pull their ideas together and go, okay, we're going to try this first,
Okay.
and then if this doesn't work, then we're going to do this, and it worked for them.
What about you in your classroom?
Well, I would say all those things, but I would also say even in just lessons and materials and whatnot, just learning, just especially if there's somebody who has more experience or have been doing this for a long time, they can say, well, maybe we should try it this way. Or, you know, you can put your idea, but let's tweak it just a little bit, you know, just adding, you know, just different ideas and thoughts and, you know, how work best for the child, you know.
Exactly.
So, and not just so much what you think is, you know, oh, that's a cool idea, but, you know, somebody else can be like, well, yeah, that is a good idea, but, you know, let's.
True. But you
work
also
it.
reached out. You didn't just stay in the pre-primary classrooms. You reached out to other classrooms. You reached out to me with the younger children, and you were like, wow, I didn't think about this,
Right.
you know, and it was
Right.
neat to see your face because I saw the light come on for you.
Right, yeah.
And so that's important.
And Nala?
I will say, team meetings.
Mhm.
You know, team meetings, when you attend the team meetings and you see this diversity of thoughts, and I will say that we still are learning these skills, right? Because sometimes we can stay on something which is maybe not the most important, but we all are talking and we think it's diversity, but we have to look deeper and see really, listen to each other better and see if it's a thought or it's just a modification of what have been mentioned a little bit earlier.
Okay, okay. Good ideas on where it can help all of us. Thank you.